Not the threats that you can't see. Not the threats that are blatantly big and all around us. It's the ones that are right under your nose that you really have to watch out for. The ones that you brush off and ignore, and the ones that you do absolutely nothing about, those are the ones you really got to watch out for. I mean, we could kid ourselves all we want, but to say that we have no threats under our noses is like saying that Donald Trump never has to go to the bathroom. You know, we all have to go to the bathroom sometime every day. It's inevitable. But yeah, even here in the town of New Paltz, New York, we do have threats under our noses. To say we don't is arrogant. Now, I can tell you what the threat under your nose is. It's what you choose to do with it is entirely up to you. But I'll be real. I'll be real with you guys. I have virtually no faith in New Paltz, New York, to actually sit there and do the right thing to prevent that sort of thing from happening. You just seem to be comfortably ignorant with the idiocy that's all around you. Now, the best way to explain this is for me to be a little insightful.
Alright, well I have to get some rest. We'll see you tomorrow, right? Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, that's... The rain does things. Like... I always liked it, but then I like... Oh man. A little tired? Yeah. Yeah. Oh. That's smart. Alright. Take care.
Well, sorry, I just needed a minute to kind of find something. So, I can tell you what the basic on from a reference is, but I realize, you know what? There's always some jokester or idiot who likes to laugh off everything I say because, you know, there's always people who are comfortably ignorant and who just love living in their own little bag of ignorant shit. So I kind of have to take my time with this one. So I'll give you the definition of what one phrase means, but then I'll elaborate on what it means in this particular concept. What is a scab worker? Is a question. A scab worker is a person who works despite an ongoing strike. Strikers are usually individuals who are not employed by the company prior to a trade union, but rather hire after or during the strike to keep the organization going. Now, with the scab cab, a scab cab basically operates without a proper hack license or without the proper business licensing. They do not follow everything by the book, and they don't follow proper procedure upon needing to obtain the proper hack licensing. They'll hire any and every driver who has a driver's license and will not consider forcing them to get what's called a hack license, which is what most cab drivers have. Now, in New Paltz's case, New Paltz does have a scab cab, and it's the owner of that local scab cab you have to watch out for. That is the real threat. The guy believes in Sharif law. And what is Sharif law? Sharif law is basically a very scary form of Islam religion where they force you to have no music, no drinking, no culture, no nothing. Everything New Paltz is for, they're against. Now, to say that Sharif law is not here in America is arrogant, ignorant, and you're deluding yourself because it's already here. There's at least 5 cities in America that have it. And to say that it won't find its way here, That's hilarious. Because it's usually the local people. It's usually a local who is very pro-Sharif law, and all those communities who are already moved to those towns, who's already established, who kind of sat around and picked out the town's weaknesses, felt it out. Now, to say that Sharif law can't make its way to New Paltz is actually quite hilarious, because the people who would be bringing Sharif law have the money. They have more money than the cumulative is a hard one. Cumulative wealth of New Paltz, Highland, and Gardner combined. They're wealthier than all three towns put together. They have the money and they have the numbers. They can come here by droves. What they're waiting for is the river dirty money that holds New Paltz above water to be taken out. See, this town has been brushing things under the rug for years and years and years, and now it's going to come and bite the town in the ass. The town's falling apart at the seams. That's the downside. The downside to New Paltz, New York, is that it allows this shit to continue, and nobody seems to do a damn thing about it. Having said that, somebody is doing something about it. You have drug busts, you have the cops, you have the lawyers, you have the pesky things such as the FBI and the DEA, two honest, law enforcement agencies, seemingly honest law enforcement agencies that actually do their fucking jobs when they're forced to. Now, there's one evident truth. The DEA and the FBI love being comfortably ignorant to the world around them, but when they're pushed and forced to do their jobs by ignorant, stupid, arrogant, childish bullshit like this town seems to feed at people, then they get pissed. See, corruption cities is a massive drug bust. The pesky things such as, mass murderers, terrorists, other countries basically using internal spying systems to try and undermine our democracy. They have other pesky problems such as our basic everyday freedoms to protect. So when corruption, small-town America finds its way onto their desk, they get pissed because they have bigger fish to fry than small towns that are so damn corrupt that even the police in plain sight will not do anything about the crap that goes on. And New Paltz is turned into one of those towns. All they got to do is wait for the dirty money to be taken out. And when people stop buying properties, developers and business owners stop coming in, that money's not exactly going to be turned down. All those local policies and ordinances that have been made to prevent that sort of thing from happening around here will be thrown by the wayside. There's that abundance of cash, which is like I said, which is wealthier, which is richer than New Paltz, Highland, and Gardner combined. And more money than all three towns put together. Because they have more money than all three towns put together, when they come in, and this town New Paltz has shot itself in the foot. They're going to have no choice but to let them come in. They're going to come with the money, and they're going to come in by droves. Which basically, for all those who are too damn stoned and high on cocaine to understand, in droves means a lot of great, vast numbers. And if the consensus come in, move into the village, occupy all the space, vote in all the local powers that be they want, they take over, and they enforce any local ordinances they want. See, every town where Sharif law is are small towns. Their particular belief system undermines the American way of life. Normally, I don't mean to sound like one of those diehard, naive Donald Trump supporters because those people scare me. But this is one thing you really don't want. If there's anything in the world that you would not want, this is one of those things. To say that New Paltz is not a target, it's an arrogant way of thought. Very arrogant. No. There's two ways you can handle it. A, you throw what I'm saying right out the window and that will happen. Or B, you can come on those who have connections to the greater power. See, the local scab cab, you know who that is.
Where you been?
He doesn't have the connections, but his friends back home do. He doesn't have that kind of money, but his friends do. So it's guys like him. Basically, he's doing what's called slow, inactive recon. It's a common tactic that our own American soldiers do when we go over to other countries. A lot of times it works. Most of the time it doesn't because they usually get caught and executed by foreign enemy soldiers. So, and every time we've done it and screwed up, every other country we spy on has learned to use our own tactics against us. And this is no exception to the rule, which means yes, they're using that against us as well. So to say that that they're not planning on bringing that here, it's arrogant. Poughkeepsie, New York, it's a small city. They'll never be able to push that kind of rule in any neighborhood in a town like that. It's too big, too many people. They love their freedom. They also love not being corrupt. They also love not, rewarding bad behavior and allowing the same shit to continue that's been going on for years and years on end. Like I said, you can do two things. A, ignore what I'm saying. Or B, consider doing something about it. Do the right thing. It's time for New Paltz to grow up.